Let's look at some routine uses when troubleshooting a head unit. So you just finished installing a stereo and it doesn't turn on. What we will need to do is take out your multimeter and test for voltage and ground at the wires behind the head unit. Let's start by grounding your negative test lead to ground. Set your meter to 12 volts direct current. Now, with the back of the stereo accessible, use your positive test lead and probe the yellow constant 12 volt memory wire. It should show 12 volts, regardless of vehicle key position. If there is no voltage, then you most likely have a blown fuse inside the vehicle's factory fuse box. If there is voltage at this constant wire, let's move to the 12 volt switch wire, which is red. Contact the circuit. This wire should show 12 volts when the car's vehicle key cylinder is in the accessory or on position. If there is no voltage, then you most likely have a blown fuse inside the vehicle's factory fuse box. If there is voltage at this wire, we will have to verify that the stereo has a good ground present. At this time, set your multimeter to the continuity check setting, then contact the black ground wire on the harness. You should hear a beep indicating ground. If you don't hear this beep, check your connection for ground and reconnect if necessary. Previously, I showed you how to troubleshoot a head unit using your multimeter. Next, I'm going to show you how to properly locate, check, and replace fuses inside the factory fuse box. So we just checked your power wires on your head unit, and we find that there is no power either going to the constant or the 12 volt switch ignition wire. What we will need to do is locate the fuse distribution panel that holds the fuses inside. It is common that vehicles have two fuse boxes, one inside the vehicle and one in the engine bay. Let's first locate the fuse distribution area inside the vehicle. Check your owner's manual for the area of where the fuses are located. Some vehicles will have the fuse placement diagram behind the fuse panel cover. Most will not, but don't worry, this information can be found inside your owner's manual. Use the information to find your radio fuse location. If there is no diagram or owner's manual available, you will have to use your multimeter and go through each individual fuse to look for a blown fuse. The setting on your multimeter should now be set to continuity setting, and by using your test probes, go through each fuse individually. Do this by placing the probes on the fuse test point area. Each fuse should beep, indicating that the fuse is not blown. If it does not, you may have a break in the middle of the fuse. Pull this fuse out, visually inspect it, and if it's blown, replace it only with the same rating fuse. Now check your head unit's voltage. If there is still no voltage, continue checking fuses until the fuse for the radio is located. If there is voltage, power up the head unit again.